Hello and welcome to Oracle of the Divine Ophite. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. If you're returning, please remember to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you hear anything in this video that resonates with you, please like the video and share it with others if you feel so inclined. This is a very specific message today for someone. I got this through as a channel and then I pulled some cards on it to get clarification. But the message that I'm getting is that someone out there has a very powerful seraphim energy. This is a fiery entity that's a spirit guide for someone out there. And this fiery energy has been trying to get through to you. They've been trying to contact you through your dreams, through your intuition, through signs and symbols. You may have been seeing symbols having to do with fire or heat. It could be anything. It could be something as simple as seeing images of flames or feeling warmth on your skin, warm tingles. It could be something as simple as, seeing pictures of fiery food like chilies, things like this. But they've been trying to send you messages to connect you with their essence, to let you know who they are. And they've actually been trying to contact you and connect with you for some time, but they haven't really been getting through to you. But they're with you all the time. This is the thing. They care very deeply for you. This is some sort of an ancestral connection that they have with you. So you're either somehow related to this fiery entity or, and when I say related, I mean through actual bloodlines. Like perhaps at one point this entity was incarnated into a physical form and they actually contributed to your bloodline. So it could be a relationship like that, or this could just be a familial spirit. So an entity that's been kind of traveling with your family line for a very, very long time. So they feel a lot of loyalty and a lot of connection to you. And they want to protect you. They feel a great deal of responsibility towards you. This is a fiery entity. But I will also say that, there's a lot of darkness around this particular entity. Not necessarily that they're an evil entity. They are definitely capable of evil, and they have committed acts of evil in the past. But I would say they're kind of amoral. Their morality is very, very neutral. They're not dark or light. There's quite a bit of balance in this entity where they're capable of acts of great love and support, while at the same time they're capable of like going out on a battlefield and chopping heads off. It's that type of energy that I'm getting from them. But they really feel a lot of softness for you. They have a soft spot for whoever I'm talking to. And they've been trying to protect you. They've been trying to get through to you, mostly so that they could warn you. And the warning that they want to give you is that there's a masculine energy around you who is, they're not good for you. This masculine energy, they're very emotionally and spiritually unstable. So, and this might not be obvious to you. This, you may have had clues or kind of inklings about this particular masculine energy, but it hasn't quite sunk in. The effect that they're having on you is that they're actually they're taking your position in life, which is normally, a position where you have the advantage. You're a very talented, skillful, knowledgeable, powerful person. You're a very powerful spirit, and spiritually you're very elevated as well, which is why you have the love and support of this particular seraphim energy. But this masculine that you have around you, they are pulling you down. They're keeping you from achieving the victories and the things that you want to do in life. It's like there's some sort of a spirit around them. It's kind of like they might even have a negative entity attachment that's dragging them down spiritually. And because you're interacting with them now, this negative spiritual energy is having a similar effect on you. And this spirit guide really wants you to understand that in order for you to move forward, you're going to have to somehow separate this energy out from your life, or cut this energy away from you. At the very least, you're going to have to put up your spiritual defenses, your spiritual walls, so that this masculine's negative energy doesn't affect you so powerfully and so harshly. Because I'm really getting the message, and I was also seeing in the cards that you're a completely self-sufficient person. You're an earth angel, if that's a good way to describe someone who just brings this divine energy to the material realm. That's who you are. So you have this very powerful, very clear, very, this angelic type of energy around you, where, you're nurturing and you're self-sacrificing and you're loving, and you give your all in every situation that you enter, and every relationship that you enter into. You just give your absolute best. But this masculine is just taking advantage of that. They don't really understand who you are. They don't really understand who they're dealing with. They just know that they're attracted to your light, and they're attracted to the benefits and the nurturing energy that you give out to them and everyone around. So they're really in it for their own benefit, and it's not necessarily that they have evil intentions towards you, but they just don't understand how their negative energy is dragging you down and bringing you down. You've really been blindfolded or a bit blinkered when it comes to this, because, as I said, you're just a very caring, nurturing person, and so you don't see it this way. And you've been kind of going back and forth with yourself for a long time, trying to figure out whether or not you want to keep this person in your presence and allow this person to influence you. But you haven't been able to come to a decision on that, because you don't want to be cruel, and you don't want to be the person who hurts someone else, or seems like you're being cruel, or seems like you're punishing someone, and you almost you feel like this person hasn't quite earned that. They haven't done anything bad enough to earn being cut off, or being cut out of your life. But this spirit guide wants you to know that every moment that you delay, you're actually delaying your own happiness, you're delaying your own success, you're delaying your own achievements, because this person's energy is just so off. It's just so off kilter, it's off balance. And you are connected to this fiery energy. You give out this fiery, this very star-like, very attractive, very earthy, nurturing energy that's very powerful. You're very magnetic, you're very abundant. You can draw success to you very, very easily. You can draw people very easily, the people that you need to make contact with, that you need to have the successes that you want in life. That's always been very easy for you to do. But you may have noticed that since this masculine entered your realm of existence, that hasn't been the case. Things have been a bit more challenging. Things have been a bit more a bit blurrier than they are normally, a bit foggier than they are normally. And this is not your energy. This is what this spirit guide wants you to know is that these things that you've been experiencing, it's not coming from you. It's coming from the energy around you. You have this polluted energy around you that's really dragging you down and really putting this fog over your life and this cloud over your head. And this energy is, it's making you think that it's coming from you. It's making you think that you're just having bad luck and you're, something's changed and you've lost your spark and you've lost your ability and, things are just not going well for you and it's because of you. But no, it's not you. It's the energy around you. You really do just need to clear out that negative energy. You need to clear out the energy that masculine influence has been bringing into your life. So this spirit guide is trying to help you do that. And you may have noticed little things around you, like, perhaps when you're with this masculine energy, you might notice that you're, arguing a little bit more than you used to with this person. Perhaps when you're trying to do something with this person, things may be going wrong or not going as smoothly as maybe they did at the beginning of your relationship or your interaction with them. And this is the spirit guide trying to kind of like throw things off kilter so that you will wake up to the fact that this is not the path that you should be on. You are a person that is completely self-sufficient. You are powerful. You are a leader. You are someone who has the advantage in most, if not all, situations that you enter. But this relationship with this masculine, this is a karmic relationship. This is not, it may seem like it's a soulmate relationship because perhaps you have this feeling of real familiarity with this person and you feel very attracted and you feel very comfortable in a way. There's a familiarity, but it's because it's a karmic situation from your past that you're still working out. And this negative energy that this person brings is, they bring this energy because they haven't worked out their own karma. So they're actually doing this kind of karmic sharing with you. They're actually getting you to carry some of their karmic load. And this is something that they've done in previous incarnations that they've shared with you, actually dumping their karmic load onto you so that the weight of their karma won't be so heavy for them to carry. And this is not fair because they haven't actually asked you permission to do this. Like, you haven't agreed to do this. They've just been doing it because they know that you're a kind person and you'll accept it. And so they've been getting away with it. And this is not, like I said, this is not the first time they've done it. They just get away with it every time they do it because in any incarnation you share with them, you're just this kind person that they're interacting with. And they just, kind of dump their negative, tarnished karmic energy onto you. And you carry it because you're powerful enough to carry it. But this spirit guide wants you to know that it's not your responsibility to carry it, and the time for that is done. And they've come into your life during this carnation to sever that tie, to sever that relationship, to actually assist you in separating yourself from this negative influence and this negative energy that you've now become entangled with. And the entanglement is now running very deep. And if you allow this spirit guide to enter your consciousness, you can actually contact this spirit guide very easily if you just focus on them. If you sit down and you meditate and you open up your consciousness and I'm not getting a particular name for this spirit guide. I just know that they are fiery and they are around you all the time. They're just waiting for you to open your consciousness and ask for them to contact you. And all you have to do is think about this fiery energy, this seraphim. They're quite a lovely entity, almost too bright to even conceive of. Even, when I close my eyes and I try to visualize what they might look like if I could actually see them, all of a sudden I just get this brightness inside my head, like even with my eyes closed. So I feel like if you could actually see them, they're so bright that they would actually burn your eyes. It would be like trying to look at the sun, or trying to just stick your head inside of a flame or something insane like that. They're so bright and so fiery and so magnificent. So I think if you just close your eyes and you concentrate on a magnificently bright, luminous entity, they will come to you and they will communicate with you, and they will actually help you and help you to build up your strength so that you have the strength in the future to sever these ties and to clean this this polluted energy out of your sphere. And this is something that you have to do. It's your destiny to do this, because once you do this, you will move on to doing even greater things. There are so many great things that you're supposed to be doing, and it's just been delay after delay after delay after delay after delay. And so once you do this, your spirit guide wants you to know that the delays will end, and you will just become this bright, powerful being. There's all this ancestral energy that's waiting to come through you. There's all this fiery seraphim energy that's waiting to come through you, but you're just not letting it out because your energy is too focused on this divine masculine. It's like all your energy is just being poured into this masculine energy. And basically this masculine energy is like a sinkhole, it's like a bottomless pit, of energy absorption. You can just keep dumping your energy into this bottomless pit, and nothing's ever going to come. It's never going to be filled up. It's never going to be enough. So you'll just keep giving and giving and giving and dumping your energy until there's nothing left to give. And so this spirit guide wants you to know that that's not your destiny. That's not what you're here to do. You're here to be a bright, luminous guide for others, an example of how to live your best life. You're here to be happy. You're here to be, joyous and exuberant. You're here to have fun. You're here to build things and create things. And having this polluted energy around you is just going to stop you from doing that. And the main thing here about this masculine energy, this kind of like, I'll call it the sinkhole energy. This person, you might feel sorry for them. You might feel like you're helping them, but actually the best thing you can do for them is to force them to help themselves, because that's something that they've never really had to do. They've got this real kind of helpless type of an energy, almost like a childlike energy, where they have a tendency to draw people in that want to care for them, and to draw people in that will mother them or treat them like a child. And what this person's actually working with is a mother wound. They have a very, very deep mother wound that they haven't dealt with. And so they're actively, or at least subconsciously, I don't know how intentional their behaviors are, but they seek out people who will mother them, or will kind of, treat them in a very childlike way and take care of them and make them feel safe and, you know, do things for them and make decisions for them and all that stuff that like a motherly figure would do. Except, you know, they're not a child. And so by doing these things for them, they don't have the opportunity to deal with this karma for themselves. They don't have the opportunity to take care of their own energy and clean their own energy and get their own karma and energy moving in the right direction, because there's always somebody that's there that they have working for them, doing that for them. And so that's actually extending their karmic cycles and, you know, making them have to carry this again and again and again, incarnation after incarnation. So this entanglement, it's not good for you, and it's also not good for them. So it's actually kind of like tough love would be called for in this particular situation. They need a good amount of tough love. And this spirit guide just wants you to know that you're not being cruel, you're not being selfish. It's not your responsibility to carry the weight of others. It's not your responsibility to be endlessly nurturing when there's no one nurturing you in return. It's not your responsibility to take on the karmic debts of those around you. And you don't have to wear a label of always being the good person or always being the best person or always being the most giving person. These are just labels. They don't do you any good. And the best thing that you can do, the most loving, most caring thing that you can do for anyone is to allow them to learn how to do for themselves. So this spirit guide is really, they are sending the message that they want you to connect with them. They want you to meditate and open up your consciousness to them. They want you to try to connect with their energy so that their energy can flow through you and strengthen you and make you aware of who you really are and make you aware of that magnificent seraphim bloodline energy that you have within you. And they feel like this is the time that you're finally ready. You're ready for that. You're ready to open yourself up. You're ready to experience that. And they're ready to assist you. They're ready to help you experience that. And so, yeah, I think I'm just going to pull maybe one more card. Oh, and I just picked up the deck and a card just flew out. So the card that came out is the burden, interestingly enough. So you're carrying a burden. You're carrying a burden that is not yours to carry. So the spirit guide wants you to let it go. The spirit guide is actually, this message is just coming. It's hitting me so hard. It's like, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. So yeah, let that burden go. And I think I'm going to leave it there. So once again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. And if anything resonated, please like the video and share it. Thank you for joining me today. This is Oracle of the Divine Ophite, and all the blessings to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.